Hi, I'm Dr. Bojana Jankovic Weatherly, and in this video we're going to talk about longevity, happiness, and blue zones. So in case you are not familiar with blue zones, let me just tell you a little bit about what they are. They were discovered and named this by Dan Buettner, who is an explorer and an author, and who identified with his team these 5 geographic areas in the world where people live the longest. But it's not only that they live the longest lives, they're also healthier and happier. And they're the highest densities of centenarians, people who get to be over 100 in these particular 5 regions. And what's kind of fascinating about these regions is that they're completely dispersed throughout the world. So let me tell you what they are. One of them is an island, Ikaria, in Greece. The other one is the mountainous part of Sardinia. This is the part that I was fortunate enough to be in, and I was fortunate enough to go in and interview a doctor and his 99-year-old patient, which is the video that you're about to see. And the third region are the 7-day Adventists in Loma Linda, California. And the final 2 blue zones are in Okinawa, Japan, and Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica. So as you can see, all of these areas are geographically different. However, they actually have quite a few components of lifestyle in common. And we're going to be doing a little bit of a deeper dive of the lifestyle and some of the teachings from Sardinia, in particular from the town of Arzana, which is a beautiful town in the mountains of Sardinia, where I got to interview a physician and his 99-year-old patient. Before we start the video, I want to share that this experience a couple of years ago when I went to Sardinia and visited the town of Arzana and met Dr. Sestu, the internist in the town, I was truly, truly impressed. And it was kind of a transformative experience because I saw something that I really hadn't seen in a very long time. As we were driving up into this beautiful little mountainous village, the first image that I saw was of this woman, that was this elderly woman, but was going up the hill, so determined and with no help from anybody else, just going up the hill and totally owning it. And I thought back to myself, how often do we see this in the Western world where we should have access to the best and the latest treatments and the best access to highest quality food and so on. And it's just not very often that we see that. Unfortunately, we see too many people that are unfortunately sick or disabled and that are at a point where they don't have that energy and that quality of life and that functional ability to go up a hill at a certain age. And then the other image that I'll never forget was as we were driving by a little grocery store, there was a bench right outside on this tiny little street. Remember, it's a small village. I mean, everything is right there. But there was this little bench, and there were these men just gathered in front of the store, chatting and having a vibrant conversation in their language, and it was Sardinian specific dialect, and it was just inspiring to see people truly enjoying themselves, being really in the moment. We talk so much about being in the moment when we discuss mindfulness, when we discuss meditation practices. Yet it seems to really come so naturally to the people there. And so that really intrigued me, but also made me wonder, okay, well, how do we translate this into our lifestyles? How do we reverse the sickness and just different priorities and the constant rushing and multitasking? How do we reverse that and create another normal? Create a normal where we can truly achieve that presence in the moment, that connection with our loved ones, and that true happiness, which is one of the things that Dan Buettner also discusses. As you watch this video, you'll notice that it's very much a family video. We really just wanted to capture Dr. Sestu and the experience that we had shooting this with his lovely patient and her family. So keep in mind that this is not a professional video, and I'm really just sharing it because I think it's super fascinating and something that we can all benefit from and we can all learn from. So enjoy the video. and enjoy the commentary as we go along. Let's hear from Dr. Sestu about the history of Arzana.
E Arzana in questo momento è il paese che ha l'indice di longevità in rapporto agli abitanti più alto del mondo.
So Arzana is the village in the world with the highest relationship with the Centenarians, compared to the number of people living here.
The
Quanti
biggest
ce ne sono?
percentage.
Esatto.
Adesso ne abbiamo soltanto 2, no? Viventi, però abbiamo avuto nella storia di Arzana, abbiamo avuto 44 ultracentenari.
They've got 44 centenarians over 100 years. Okay.
Wow.
Ma la cosa importante è che noi abbiamo avuto persone centenari anche nel 1600, nel 1700, quando la vita media era di poco più di 30 anni.
If you think, of the past, the average life was like 40 years, 35 years.
Sì.
Right.
Quando non esistevano gli antibiotici.
When they couldn't use antibiotics.
Non c'erano medici. Noi già allora avevamo i centenari e li abbiamo studiati.
Okay.
Allora, perché si arriva facilmente a 100 anni?
How do you reach this age easily?
Una grossa componente genetica.
The biggest genetic.
As we know, nutrition is important for our health. It's important for preventing and reversing chronic disease. And it certainly has an impact on how long we live and the quality of our lives. So I was curious to ask Dr. Sestu what his patient population ate. What was really interesting is that, and kind of as expected, is that people ate a whole food, plant-based diet, but there were patients that certainly ate animal products as well. When I asked him about his current population of his younger patients, are they also following the same diet? Unfortunately, the answer was no. So we see that even though these beautiful natural practices that really support us were very prevalent for these older generations and these individuals that live to be 100 or over, this is not the case in the younger generation. And the sort of Western practices and diet are infiltrating even some of the healthiest parts of the world. And so this truly was sad to hear, because he was sharing that there are more individuals that eat processed food now. There are more individuals that are getting prediabetes, diabetes, that are obese, that have high blood pressure at younger ages. I will say that the patient that I interviewed was proud of the fact that she did not have any chronic disease, that the only one time that she was in the hospital was when she had to get a cataract surgery. And that was, she said, some 40 plus years ago or so. And remember, she was 99. And other than that, she was free of chronic disease. So again, I just think that it's so interesting and important to take note of the fact that, yes, even in the blue zones, things are changing. And there's something that we need to do about this as a society and as individuals who hopefully care about their health, who hopefully want to live their best, healthiest lives.
E questi sono proprio gli americani, cioè loro ritengono, danno molta importanza all'attività fisica.
It's important to reach 100 years, okay.
Allora, l'altra grande componente è l'alimentazione, cioè quello che si mangia. Allora, tutte queste persone hanno mangiato prodotti naturali.
All of them, they used to eat natural products.
Quelli che noi chiamiamo adesso a chilometri zero, no?
This is what it was called in Europe, 0 kilometer. I don't know if you have.
No, I haven't. No.
Allora voglio dire che sono prodotti che...
Oh, that's like in your area.
Che tu trovi attorno.
Seasonal products.
Perché
you don't get something that is out of season, you understand?
Yes,
So,
yes.
and only products that are to be found at the place, okay?
E hanno mangiato sempre cose che non contenevano conservanti.
No preservatives.
E questo è molto importante.
This is very important.
Tutte cose naturali, perché le donne coltivavano l'orto, i mariti normalmente facevano i pastori.
And their husbands used to be, most of them used to be shepherds, okay?